The woman only noticed a switch on her husband's portrait, but to her shock, she uncovered her husband's hidden secret. When she curiously pressed the switch, the door of a walk-in freezer opened instantly. What Mary never imagined was that inside were the corpses of her husband's 6 former wives. The sight made Mary's hair stand on end, realizing her husband was a murderous madman. Mary screamed in terror and ran off. She opened the door and bumped right into her husband. To keep him from suspecting, she acted as if she knew nothing. She thought he wouldn't notice, but after all, this man had already gone through 6 wives. He instantly sensed something was off with Mary. He then dragged her into a small room. In fact, the rich man had already installed cameras. Mary had long been caught on tape. Since Mary now knew his secret, her husband no longer planned to spare her. Without saying a word, he grabbed her by the throat. At this moment, Mary said he could kill her, but at least she wanted to know why. She didn't understand why her husband, a millionaire, had murdered his 6 previous wives. Since none of his past wives ever asked him that, the millionaire finally confessed his tragic marriages. The millionaire's first wife was a singer. They met at a horse race. The two were instantly drawn to each other and soon became a couple. Not long after, they held a grand wedding. However, as time passed, he realized something was wrong with his wife. She was always singing. She sang while dancing. She sang on dates. She even sang while eating. At first, the wealthy man tolerated it all, but as time went on, he found she constantly threatened him. If this kept happening, he felt he would be scared to death. To stop himself from suffering heart problems later, he waited until she wasn't paying attention and carried her straight to the guillotine. Finally, the house was quiet, but soon he couldn't bear the loneliness. One day while out, the wealthy man happened to meet a nun. He thought nuns wouldn't care about money and wouldn't threaten him, so he eagerly pursued her. Within days, he married the nun. He believed she would be the right one. But after marriage, he discovered this woman had many boyfriends. She had lovers all over the country. At first, the wealthy man didn't care. After all, who doesn't have a past they regret? But as time went by, his wife often talked about her exes and compared them to him. Since he cared deeply about his reputation, he couldn't stand it anymore. So one night, he suffocated her to death in a coffin. After 2 failed marriages, he planned to live out his life alone. But at an art exhibition, he met a cold, aloof young woman. Her demeanor instantly fascinated him, so he did everything he could to marry her. But to his surprise, his third wife, though beautiful, showed no interest in him at all. Even when she went outside to play with the dogs, she wouldn't say a single word to him. It was clear the young woman didn't care about him. Still, the wealthy man endured it, knowing there was a big age gap between them. But over time, whenever she got angry, she would argue with him, and afterward, they wouldn't speak for an entire week. This left the wealthy man feeling helpless, so he released an